Often noted as the final good Adam Sandler comedy, which it isn't. 50 First Dates, though it was originally titled 50 First Kisses but changed because the word kisses apparently turned men off. Can't damage their masculinity now.
Oh.
50 First Dates, not to be confused with 50 First State, is a story of amnesia. Adam Sandler plays a man called Henry Roth who has been hurt in the past, so it's okay for him to use, manipulate and lie to women to get sex and then leave them afterwards.
I'm just kidding, guys.
Until he meets Lucy, played by Drew Barrymore. He quickly falls in love with her in like less than a day, but then the next morning she has no memory of him whatsoever. The movie was actually criticised for its depiction of amnesia, as there appeared to be no such condition. Lucy was involved in a car accident a year prior, and thus every night as she sleeps her memory is wiped, so she wakes up every morning believing it's the day the accident would have taken place. However, amnesia focuses on a different part of the brain and it isn't affected whatsoever by sleep. In fact, sleep actually intensifies activity in the brain and helps retain memories. That being said, in 2010, a woman did claim to have this very condition. She lost her memories each day, but upon a study, they noted that she was able to maintain tasks that she had previously learned in days gone by. She was also admittedly a huge Drew Barrymore fan, so they believed that her memory loss was actually slightly influenced by the movie. There was also 2 people in 2015 who had a similar problem. One waking up thinking it's March the 14th, 2005 every single day, and the other October 15th, 2014. This was never explained, and it turned out their memories would sometimes reset after just 90 minutes, not a full 24 hours. So who knows, maybe it's real, maybe it's not, but it's a fictional movie, so who gives a shit?
Wow.
It's no surprise that Sandler wrote the damn thing, considering it opens with a montage of women, including his real-life wife, saying how amazing he is. To his credit, he did actually improve the original script. It was intended to be a drama, and he made it more comedy-based. I really don't see how a drama would have worked. It was also originally going to be mostly set at the diner before he changed it so it wasn't as confined. See, sometimes he knows what he's doing.
Ooh, I said that a little loud.
I'll give him this much, he's made an entire career out of somehow being fun and likeable even when he's being a complete douchebag. Man literally pretends to be a secret agent to avoid a woman, and it's hilarious. So he's a vet at SeaWorld in Hawaii with his buddy Rob Schneider, whose kids are there pretty much just to tell us when it's supposed to be funny or not.
Or you could call it sharks. They tried to eat my kidney.
Alright, enough already.
I'm glad they're here.
That's a little warm. Go to the bottom of the barrel, please.
Ah, it's Happy Madison writing a new movie. By the way, this is Alexa, who is literally only in this movie to be the butt of all the jokes. Henry causes this vomit gag because she ate his sandwich and, well, let's just say the movie is a bit out of date now.
I may not be as limber as I once was, but I make up for it with enthusiasm and willingness to experiment, huh?
I don't know if you realize I'm not into guys.
Isn't that a woman?
Jeez, I'm not really sure.
Hey Adam, yeah, I'd just like to cancel your career.
Now, why do you say such mean things to me like that?
He also seems to be Dr. Doolittle and can communicate with the animals. There's a skill the movie kind of glances over. Anyway, his boat breaks down, which is why he ends up at the diner but can't bring himself to approach Lucy, probably because he gets out-funnied by a random old dude.
Are you staring at me or her? Because you're starting to freak me out.
This is the thing. Lucy wears the exact same clothes every single day. We see later on that her dad and brother, Slinky Dog and Samwise Gamgee, literally do everything every night to reset. They repaint the garage, which really can't be healthy. Imagine the damn paint fumes every morning for a whole year. They refill her shampoo. They rewash her clothes. Surely all of this isn't necessary. Is she really going to question it if she wakes up and a bit of shampoo is gone? Or she has to wear a different outfit?
Lucy does the same thing every day.
You're really putting way too much thought into this, guys. It's not healthy.
All right.
I must say, though, Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore are one of the cutest on-screen couples ever. They are fucking adorable together.
Well, my fingers are available for your sniffing pleasure anytime you need them.
Most of the time.
My fingers are extra fishy today if you care to take a whiff.
Okay, obviously this is creepy because she has no memory of who he is, but it should be creepy in the first place. I have no idea how it worked originally, dude. In fact, how come some days she rejects him and other days she doesn't? What changed? It is a nice contrast, though, as Henry believes it's a ridiculous excuse to get rid of him. Yeah, karma's a bitch, you douche. The movie is a strange time capsule for kids today. Not only does it take us back to a time when Adam Sandler was actually funny and it was okay to laugh at him, but even Rob Schneider was amusing back then.
You might attract a shark or something.
What's wrong with that, cuz? Sharks are naturally peaceful.
Is that right? How'd you get that nasty cut anyway?
A shark bit me.
Gather round, kids, for story time. Because back in the day, There was a man called Adam Sandler. I know. Back in my day, he told jokes. And we laughed.
They even have to watch the same football game every single day. This would do my head in. It's on a VHS too. Wouldn't it be poor quality and completely worn down by now?
You see, kids, we had these things called VHS tapes. Kinda like DVDs, but you couldn't skip chapters. And they would break all the fucking time!
They also have to watch The Sixth Sense, and they have to act surprised at the twist every single time. I mean, it's funny and everything, but this came out in 2004. So her accident was most likely 2003, and she didn't already know the twist of a 4-year-old movie by then? I just think they're doing her far more damage than good by doing all of this. Henry later decides to make a tape explaining her amnesia and showing it to her every single day, but why does it take them this long to think of that? To their credit, this technique was actually administered for dementia patients in certain hospitals, so good for them. Not that it matters, he uses her memory loss to manipulate her into a date every day, but he genuinely loves her, so I guess it's okay, I don't know.
So, I comes before the E, except after C?
Well, not always. What about all of these? He even somehow figures out her route home and tracks her down to win her over. This dude's a complete stalker! Stalker! See? And he nearly gets Rob Schneider murdered just so he can get laid. I don't even get this one. What was supposed to happen? She stopped to look at the penguin? What the hell's that gonna do? You do gain a lot of sympathy for Lucy. Just the thought of waking up and finding out you've lost an entire year is terrifying. Your whole life is a complete lie. And I've said for a long time before Uncut Gems that Sandler can act when he actually tries and wants to. As he watches her going through all of this, his acting is pretty good. You can see that he hates her feeling this kind of pain and he's unable to help. They visit a doctor played by Dan Aykroyd, and we see two of the guys who are contractually obligated to be in all of Adam Sandler's movies, one of which has a 10-second memory and he's absolutely hilarious.
Oh, those are cool flip-flops. Where'd you get them?
You like those? It's an interesting story. I was over on the North Shore the other day.
Hi, I'm Tom.
Huh? Henry.
The thing about the tape is, he gives her news on the world, but surely as time progresses, he's going to have to go back and constantly re-edit it. He also makes a gag about Arnold Schwarzenegger becoming governor. Boy, wait until 2016.
Happy birthday, Daddy.
Thank you, sweetie. That's right. Happy birthday, sir. What are you, 200 today?
Oh, yeah, it's cute.
It's been a year. It's 365 days in a year, dude. Lucy does ask Henry if he loves her, and he's reluctant to make a commitment, and Sandler nails this. Fair play to Henry, though. I'd never be able to have the patience to do this every single day. The relationship is sweet, even if it is initially brought on by stalking and psychological manipulation. Just ignore that bit. It's kind of like Anakin and Padme, but with normal people and no child murdering or grooming. And for a joke that went completely over all of our heads as kids?
This is like the 23rd time we've made out already. They're getting blue.
A family film! But this doesn't mean that the comedy always hits.
Sometimes I wish my wife had Goldfield syndrome. That way she wouldn't remember last night when I called her mother a loud, obnoxious drunk with a face like J. Edgar Hoover's ass.
But Lucy overhears Henry cancelling his dream trip to look after her, so she decides to break up with him and erase him from her journal for his own good, as she doesn't want to be a burden and ruin his life.
We'll read about it tomorrow, when you forget about all this breaking up stuff, okay?
I'm not going to forget about it. I already wrote it down. I won't let myself.
But you just said you're erasing him from your journal. If you then write down, hey, I'm breaking up with Henry, but you've erased him elsewhere in your journal, surely you're going to read it and be like, who the hell is Henry?
We made love tonight. It didn't last long, but it was incredible.
Relatable.
He makes funny noises when I kiss his neck. I'm gonna miss that.
But you don't remember it. You've not kissed today. It is so heartbreaking when he sees her in public, but she has no idea who he is. So he says his goodbyes and he's on his way, but this movie has one of the funniest swerves I have ever seen. Earlier in the film, Henry is told that she sings her parents' song from the Beach Boys only on days when she meets up with him. Well, now as he's leaving, her dad gives him the CD and we get a plot twist. Henry believes that he is telling him she actually remembers who he is. He dramatically gets a flashback to all of this, putting all of the pieces together, frantically spins the boat around, rushes back to the mental institute that she's now living at, and...
Do you have any idea who I am?
No.
No? That sucks.
It turns out she does dream about him every night, so they get right back together again, get married, have a kid, he shows her a tape every single morning, she somehow isn't traumatized, and they live happily ever after. How would you not freak out waking up every single day to realize you've got a kid?
Morning, Dad.
The movie is a lot of fun and does have lots of sweet moments. The couple are adorable. Yes, it's built on a foundation of lies and hasn't aged very well. Some of the comedy is mean-spirited, but it's mostly harmless slapstick and toilet humour, what we've come to expect from Happy Madison. It's a harmless romantic comedy, and I'd say worth checking out if you're a fan of either of these two actors.
He told jokes, but not only did he tell jokes, he put effort in his movies. I know I was surprised too.